Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, all glory, all honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle and the elders of Great Millstone at Louisville. Blessed salutation to the Akem. We're pushing this word out there across the four corners of the earth in sincerity and in truth. Right? This is a small group for the GMS training at camp. You know, Brother Kalab, Brother Nakamia, and myself, Brother Gan, you know, come out basically to edify the church of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's right.
You know, hey, and we was reasoning among ourselves, right? And basically the word circumspect came up, right? And basically we went into it, you know, and we want to go back into it right now, basically to bring out a bit of edification, you know, to edify the 144, you know, thousand that basically listening, because we are out here to wake up, elect, right? We know into ourselves basically, hey, all Israel basically ain't going to be awake, right? Because they right now in a deep sleep, you know, but we out here to wake up, right? The few people that to basically relate to this.
That's right.
Right? Because hey, once you for this, you basically a spirit will connect. You know, it's like a portal, we connected it. You know, we could be we basically connected to it. Something? Yeah.
Is the book of Ephesians chapter 5. What Ephesians?
Yeah, Ephesians 5:15.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. See then that you walk circumspectly.
See then that you walk what?
Circumspectly.
Go ahead.
Not as fools, but as wise.
Come, you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Right? And we want to go into that word circumspect. Right? To bring out a bit of edification. Right? Because when you walk in circumspect, you understand how you're walking and how you're going about doing that. Right? This is the Strongs for the word circumspect, right? In Hebrew it means for the Deuteronomy 23, it means shama, right? Definition, a primitive root, properly to hedge about, you know, like a circle, as with turns, that is guard generally to protect, attend to, etc. Beware, right? If you're being aware of something, basically you have to be looking around. You have to be looking, right? Be circumspect. Take heed. Take heed, right? To self, keep, or keeper, right? If you're a keeper or something, or you keep, you know, self, mark, look, narrowly, observe. Yeah, you observing what basically what's going on, you're being circumspect, right? You know, basically, when you're being circumspect, you're observing everything around you, right? Preserve regard, reserve, save, self, sure, that lay wait, watchman, you know? So once you being basically circumspect, right? Hey, you watching, right? You looking. Sir, go back to basically circle, spec, go back to like the specs on a camera, like the vision. Right? So basically, hey, a circle and your vision is you're basically looking around. Right? You go back to being a watchman. Like what the Most High tell me. You want to get the Matthew 12?
12.
Come.
Is the book Luke chapter 12 and verse, I'll start at verse 43. It says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find him so doing. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord, delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
So if you basically observing, right, when Yahweh Shai coming back, You see what gonna happen with you? You could be cut in slender.
Cut in two. You know, to divide in pieces.
Hey, can't. So basically, hey, you had to be watching. You know, you had to be circumspect. Right? You had to be observant.
That's right.
You know? Give me that scripture after Hebrews 8.
In Proverbs 8
So happy, right?
and verse 34, blessed is the man that heard me, watching
Yeah,
daily.
blessed is the man that heard me and watching daily. Right? If you're watching daily, right, you're being circumspect because to be on a daily watch, right, you had to be looking. Right? You had to basically be attentive. Your eyes had to be basically watching throughout, you know, to see what's taking place. Whether
Blessed is the man that heard me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors.
can waiting at the post of his doors. If you're not watching, right, how you could be waiting for Yahushua return? For Yahushua return. You know? He will come at a time basically when you're not watching, and you basically what you do. As the scripture said, he will cut you into slaughter. You could be killed.
That's right.
You could be cast out with the 2/3.
What I can say, alright, that watch is not just, you know, having your eyes open. Alright, that watch is going into the scriptures, alright, seeing or reading the records, alright, of the prophecies written, and looking into today's time, which is the news, what's going on around here, what's going on locally, internationally, and comparing it. And that's why you're observing the times that you have about Hashem Yahushai. Alright, observing the times that you're in. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 13. It says, go and ye shall receive. Pray for few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
Can. Hey, the kingdom already prepared for us.
What
You
is
know?
that there?
Can, whether.
In Psalms 102 and verse 6. I am like a pelican of the wilderness. I am like an owl of the desert. I watch and I'm a
Do you like our what?
Pelican.
Bring it back again.
Psalms 102 and verse 6. I'm like a pelican of the wilderness. I am like the owl.
Like the what?
I'm like the owl.
Like the owl. And something very keen about the owl is that it could look right around. The neck of an owl could turn 360 degrees. Alright? That way is called circumspect. Alright? Circum, go back to the word what circumference, or also circumvent, which all means to go around. Alright? So that's what it had to be. You had to have that vision, but not just one-sided in the sense of you just focused on just one aspect. They look at all aspects.
From all angles.
Alright? Because why? The Most High set us in the midst. The scripture said that he set us in the midst of these wolves. You ain't going to focus your eye on one, you have to look at all of them. Alright, you have to watch China. That way we monitor China in the news. We monitor Russia. We monitor America. Alright, we monitor in all these nations. Because they all first. Go ahead.
I am like an owl of the desert. I watch. I am as a sparrow alone upon the housetop.
And you see, a strategic position. You never buy it. Long ago, watchmen never used to be low down on the ground.
No.
They used to have high up in the tower. You understand? Looking down, because when you're at a certain height, you hear what they say, the bird's eye view. When you're at a certain height, you see everything properly.
Have a better view.
A better view. A better vision of things. You could see who coming from the left through your peripheral vision and all. Alright? You could see who coming on the right, who far ahead, because you had to blow the trumpet. That's the next reason why we're watching.
That's right.
Because our people out there, they need our help. We're watching for them. They have not all have the eyes to see. As the scripture says, well, they see many things, but they observe us not. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the book, my quick research day. This is the book of Ezekiel 33 and verse 1, and I see, and start at verse 1. It says, and again the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he see the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Right.
You know, if basically you set a watchman up, right, he had to be looking, he had to be observant to basically see when that sword coming. You know?
Long ago, as should say, the people supposed to set up that person to be the watchman. But right now, the Moses is the one that's setting up the watchman. Because
right.
Why? All these Israelites out there, what they shut up the seers. You understand? They say unto the prophets, prophesy not. So the Moses, he had us to raise up out of his own strength men from all the four corners of the earth. Alright? The way he did it started with, the lab of heavens receiving the truth, then passing it on down to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who now pass it down on to us. And we all watching together. I will call the scripture say what my fellow servants, my fellow workmen. Alright? In the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17, it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. Give them warning from me. So it's a job we receive. We receive that job by the Heavenly Father. Let's imagine that. The Heavenly Father hires us. Which could be parable going to the master of the field that went out to hire laborers. You understand? We got hired, and now we have the Lord's goods. We have the Lord's money. So we have to put it to use. Alright? We have to do the job to the best of our ability, or else what? He's going to come and cut us asunder. Alright, and you don't want to be cut asunder. You want to be that servant whom the Lord come and find watching. Alright, and when you're watching, it's easier for you to maneuver yourself. Alright, you can see when this is a distraction in your life. You can see when Satan trying to put something in your way. You understand? You can see, well, hey, where I come from is a place I should never go back. That's when you're being circumspect. Alright, nothing wrong with looking back. Alright? But looking back, you just look back to learn. Just like, hey, right now, when we read the scriptures and we read things of the records of Exodus, and we read the record, I read was reading up, I we looking back at it. We looking back at ourselves, but we looking back at it for what? For correction. We don't miss them days. Alright, when we were disobedient in the wilderness. Alright? But we looking back at it to know what to do next. You understand? Just like when it is the elect is being delivered up. The scripture says, only with thine eyes will thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So we're going to have to look down at them. We're going to be looking back in a sense. Because we went up into the chariots, and then we're looking back to see what their destruction.
Their destruction.
You know, see the rewards of not being like the rest of the world.
Well, this is the book of Ephesians 6 and 18. Right? It reads, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and perseverance, like I think it was already.
Perseverance means you ain't giving up. And what perseverance mean? And imagine that. Because Satan know you set up the watchman, I go take out the left eye. You know? Take out the left eye out. I'll throw a seed in the eye. In the sense of you putting hindrance in your way, making it very difficult for you to see, for you to watch. So you find a day pass, you ain't read, you ain't watch no videos, a day pass, you ain't do no studies, a next day pass, you're just outside, you're totally distracted. That is Satan. He see the work the Most High gave to you to do, to watch, and he set distractions in a way to make it difficult.
If I could add there, Satan being the crafty man that he is, he just basically, if you're not basically being circumspect, he could drag you away, right? Because he just comes so crafty. Because simple example, sometimes you might be sometimes you might basically strolling on your phone. Like you might just basically be watching, or texting or whatever the case it be. And by the time you check the time, you texting for a whole half an hour. Right? A whole 25 minutes. Like that is Satan basically distracting you there. Because basically you gotta take a same effort, you know, and put it into the scriptures. You know, because basically, hey, Satan basically, hey, you know, hey, so-called white man, right? Hey, he basically out there as a stumbling block. But he basically has a distraction, you know, coming in front of your face. Because once you're a watchman, right? And you observe and somebody coming in to block you up, you know, to block you up. That is he. You know, you have to find different ways to see around this devil. You know?
Like Yahusha used to transfigure.
Come.
You have to level up on this devil.
Yeah,
You have to level up on him, showing that, hey, we regain this knowledge and we're wiser than you.
Yeah,
You understand? We're wiser than all your subtlety that you have. We not no beast, we is man. You is a beast. So that's the second one more subtle than all the beasts.
Of all the beasts.
Not all the men. You understand? So we want to put Esau back in the place. About the level of wisdom that you know, instill within us is going to outweigh the wisdom of Esau, which the scripture says what is foolishness. And the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
Come, that's right.
And 1 Peter 5:8.
1 Peter 5 and verse 8, be sober, be vigilant.
Be what?
Be sober, be vigilant.
Be vigilant. Vigilance is same as circumspect. Alright? But vigilance dealing with what you're looking. Alright? Monitoring, observation.
You know, so fun.
You understand? Vigilance. Alright? Go ahead.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about,
He walketh where?
Walketh about.
He walketh about. You come from any angle. So you can't focus on one aspect. You understand? Can't focus on one aspect. Satan watching you, observing you. Your angels out there. Alright? And you might have different weaknesses, and Satan looking to hit you with hurts. You understand? So you have to watch. Well,
seeking whom he may devour.
Seeking whom he may devour, boy.
Come.
You have to be on your guard. That's what it is about. Being on your guard with these spirits. You know what they say in the world? I'm going to do something for something, do it. You know?
A quick precept.
Come,
Job chapter 27 verse 6. My righteousness I hold fast. I will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live.
Yeah, my heart will not reproach you so long as you live. That's what you're supposed to be aiming for. If you're not circumspect, your heart will reproach you one day. You know, because you allow Satan to sneak in through your laziness.
Now going back to what I was saying, you know, looking back in the world and having regret and saying, you know, you lost out. I lost out this amount of money. I lost out the amount of bitches because you know, when you come to this, I said,
we lose out nothing.
you know, so we looking back at that. We looking back at our past life we used to live.
Yeah, if it is, we do look back, it's the same boy back then, a fuck up boy.
Yeah, that was
wicked.
That was wicked.
It's not to look back and try to end up back there in that position. No, we glad, we are grateful.
That
For
we
when
okay.
when the most I bring we boy.
Come.
We're grateful for that boy.
They always say to what I have over.
Hashem Yahushai. You know? Because where he brought you from, where the scripture say what? He had brought you out of darkness into this marvelous lighting. And like you walking years in a dark tunnel. Just imagine that you walking years in a dark tunnel and then you start to see that light. Right? And you are blessing him. That's why that term is always used today for hope now, reassurance of hope. I see that light at the end of the tunnel. You understand? We have hope through this word. This word is the light. Alright? Yahushai, to fine tune it is the light. He said, behold, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. He guiding us out of this place. Guiding us in the right path. What we said?
Come.
Well,
This is the book of Ephesians 3 or chapter 3, right? How that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words, whereby when he read, he may understand my knowledge in the mystery of a Mashiach.
Mystery of Hamashiach, knowledge in the mystery. And eventually to obtain a certain level or wealth and knowledge, it had to be at some form of observance. Remember we were going through these stages of wisdom. Alright, the monkey, the parrot, the owl, then even to the dragon. You understand? The owl is that when you start to look around. You know?
That's right.
As you're dealing with different aspects. Not just one spectrum, but the whole thing. Circumspect. You know? Right? So it's all about circumspection because, as you said, somebody could get Matthew 10:16, and then in Ezekiel, right? Ezekiel 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 5 and 5 and Matthew 10:16. Only Matthew 10 verse.
In Matthew chapter 10 verse 16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Sheep in the midst of wolves. So you're surrounded right now by wolves. Who the wolves are? The wolves are the other nations. Alright? Wolves are the other nation, mainly Esau, Edom. Read Ezekiel 5:5.
This is Ezekiel 5 verse 5. It says, Thus saith Yahweh power, this is Jerusalem.
This is Jerusalem.
I have set it in the midst
He
of the nations.
In the midst of the nations.
And countries that are round about her.
You see that? So the wolves, which is the other nations, is set around Jerusalem, which is us. Yerushalayim, which means what? City of peace. And without people, you can't have a city.
That's to show you that the people, right, literally people, is Jerusalem, not the place. Not the landmark that he so basically says is Jerusalem. Not the landmark that he says is Israel. That is just a piece of land.
It's the people who make the land, and he so very well know that. And the scripture say what in Psalm 3, somebody read Psalm 49 and verse 11. Psalm 49 verse 11. Esau just play bright and then play dance at the same time. You understand? And try to trick people. Because Esau know the truth.
Yeah.
You understand?
That is the craftiness there.
Until he's not cloning you himself. Read Isaiah 49 11.
Isaiah is of Psalms.
Psalms, Salakia.
Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
They what?
They call their lands after their own name.
They call the land after their name. So they know to themselves that is we make up the land. We give the land our name. The name of the land come from we. You understand? But then teaching us that Jerusalem is the name of the place.
He dance and bright at the same time, you know. You know, I see the people who could get it, you understand? He sat dance and bright at the same time.
No, well, he go and catch una reading, no?
Yeah. You catch people are not being circumspect, you know, that's the original topic of the video. Right? People are basically not being observant. Because this devil, hey, he real crafty. He was more subtle than any beast in the field, right?
And this way now, he also uses subtlety to try to claim our identity. Alright, because they say that the land name is Jerusalem, right? So what he do, he create this just solely, the Latin just means right, and solely go back to the soil, right to the soil. You understand? So when he finds himself, he take us out of the land, he run us out of the land 70 AD. Alright? And what? He put himself there and then trying to take the right of the soil. You understand how the scripture say when the law is slack? Because how you could take somebody's land and then take the identity of the people that was in that land as well.
Just take the identity.
You understand? And all that he did to get out to be the Israelites. And the scripture say what? They say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. You understand? Synagogues are Satan. That means scripture say what? I don't know, people, these Christians. You understand? These Christians out there, when the scripture say what? that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Alright, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, they can't see that there is a man.
Yeah.
Look at scripture say what? In Revelation, they call themselves Jews and are not. Satan calling himself a Jew.
Yeah, and they say the devil will cast somebody into prison. Only I'm seeing.
Correct.
It's still Satan one cast all in prison. Satan, the adversary, all this thing, the adversary, the Most High, he go and cast people into prison. That don't make no sense.
I'm saying them people can't see this, right? When they got all their head like deep in a hole.
Even the one about one in heaven.
Yeah, boy, like the hell there. They fully dance.
Nah, you see them Christians, they going off and down.
Let me break down that. Going to Psalms 103. Psalms 103, Genesis 2 and 1.
Psalms there.
Psalms 103, Genesis 2 and 1. And the First Kings 22. 19. Alright, because you say that a war in heaven where the Most High dwell, you already start to prove or you start to claim that the Most High is not all powerful and that he do have everything under control. Because once it is you say Satan can take up himself and fight against God for rulership, you bring down the Most High on a level of a creature. The Most High wasn't created. He always existed. So now would a man create something to fight against himself? Precept. Verse 20 go down to 21.
This is the book of Psalms 103 and verse 20. It says, bless Yahweh, he his angels that excel in strength.
That excel in strength, well.
That do his commandments.
That do the angels that what?
Do his
The
commandments.
angels do his commandments, well.
Hearkening unto the voice of his word.
Hearkening unto the voice of his word. So the angels, they don't rebel. They're obedient. Everything the Most High say to do, they do it immediately. And they don't return until it's fulfilled. Go ahead.
Bless he, Yahweh, all he, his hosts.
Right. All ye, his hosts. All his hosts. Let me see with the hosts of the Most High is Genesis 2 and 1.
Genesis chapter 2 verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished. All the hosts of them.
And what?
All the hosts of them.
All the hosts of them. Heaven and earth. Alright? It's still in the Psalm 103. Read the last verse. The verse after that.
And it says, bless Yahweh and his works
All
in
his
all place of his dominion.
Bring it again.
Bless Yahweh all his works in all place of his dominion.
In all places of his dominion. Where's the places of the Most High dominion? In heaven and in earth. Alright? The hosts of heaven and the hosts of earth always give the Most High praise. They work for him. They are all his handiwork. Alright? They didn't create themselves, neither were they created from another entity. The Most High created everything. Bring the First Kings, official.
It's First Kings chapter 17.
22 and verse 19.
First Kings chapter 22 and verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord Yahweh.
Go ahead.
I saw the Lord Yahweh sitting on his throne.
Right, so you saw the Most High Supreme sitting on his throne. Just imagine it. The Most High sitting on his throne. Alright? Go ahead.
And all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand.
Right. So all the hosts of heaven standing by the Most High. On his right hand, does it stop there?
And on his left.
And on his left. And we know that Yahweh Shai, as the scripture says, is seated at the right hand of his Father. Alright? And knowing that the Most High is a power of balance, read Proverbs 11:1. Proverbs 11:1. The Most High is a power of balance. So if Yahweh Shai, which is good, alright, is well pleased son, let's see who's on the left. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 11:1. It reads, a false balance is abomination to Yahweh.
A false balance is an abomination to the Most High. So Yahweh Shai and his angels on the right hand, Guess who's on the left? Take a good guess. Satan. Alright, Satan and his angels will be on the left to do what? To balance all things. And to prove that it was an evil angel there. Alright, continue reading the Kings.
And the Lord Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and the other said on that manner. And they came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lion spirit.
And what, a good spirit?
I will be a lion spirit.
He said you're going to be a lion spirit. Remember, this is the council that was taking place in the heavens. Alright? With the angels on the right and on the left. And a spirit, which is one of the angels, came up and said what? I will be a lion spirit. Alright, so guess what? And the Most High, did the Most High tell him what you doing up here? The Most High tell him that?
It's a council.
Come on, go ahead. You hear the Most High tell him?
I will be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Go forth and do so. Most High said, go and do your thing, brother.
Yeah.
You're going to prevail, you're not going to ready.
Yeah.
Because the Most High controls the good and also evil, and can bring up countless scriptures to show that. Alright, the Most High controls both sides.
Even with Job, you know, Satan basically couldn't kill Job because basically he didn't get the command from the Heavenly Father.
Correct. And guess what? You know what Job said? Being a man of understanding, he tell the woman, hey, what shall we do? Shall we just receive good at the Most High and not receive the evil? So Job, that way the scripture says he was an upright man, a perfect man. Because he understood. You see, understanding is the key. Which many of you Christians don't have. Understanding. Because what we saying here tonight is blasphemy to them. What were you saying? We don't know what's going on with you. Satan working for God. You understand? They wouldn't be able to understand that the Most High controls everything, even Satan works for him. And the reason Satan had to ask the Most High for permission to go behind Job. And he couldn't do certain things, he couldn't do things outside of what the Most High told him to do. Because why?
If I should say,
James.
If I should say, Job say, not Job. Satan was telling the Most High, put forth thy hand. So what hand you was talking about?
Yep.
You understand? He's talking about the left hand himself. Yahweh Shai on the right, he on the left.
Correct. And also down to a physical level, because we was dealing with the spirit. Right? But on a physical level, who are the Most High right? Israel. And who on the left? Esau.